What's up, guys? Welcome to Daily Dose of Reddit. This is your host, Zach, and today's subreddit is r/PettyRevenge. This story's called Noisy Neighbors Get Paid in Kind. I live in a very old building. Each floor has 3 apartments, and the middle one, where I also live, only has windows in the living room and the bedroom. Between the kitchen and the bathroom, there is a ventilator, which is like a vertical tube that runs through all building floors, and the kitchen and bathroom have small windows toward that area. It goes without saying that soundproofing was not the first thing in mind when this was designed. Overall, the building is rather quiet, and even though I don't know my neighbors, I think we all have the unspoken understanding that we should all try to be quiet when possible. But even when some resident needs to be loud for some reason, it's usually okay because it's not recurring. All residents, but the 2 that live directly below me. These people keep their internal windows open at all times. It's fine to hear the occasional dialogue. I mean, they are in their house, but they always chill there and sometimes yell to each other or their kids. Minor and petty stuff. The kids are adults and yell back. Worst of all, they don't keep their bathroom window closed while they're using it. So we are blessed with the whole symphony. It's kind of disgusting, and I always have headphones on when I'm in the kitchen, window closed. But sometimes I just have to have it open for some time, and then they strike again. Recently, an opportunity presented itself. I got sick a few days ago, stomach bug, but you know, with everything going on, I should be extra careful at all times, right? I should ventilate all my spaces, and I should have the bathroom always accessible. Then came last Sunday. Sunday is usually a big deal for families here, and they were having their children over. I was feeling a tiny bit better and timed my attack at the time of their lunch with family. All my agony was worth it when I heard one of the kids go, "Freaking seriously?" and some pretend gagging noises. Hope that teaches them to close their windows every once in a while. Edit: to the people that gilded this story, thank you all so much, and to everyone, I'm very glad, albeit a little concerned, that this post potentially made you laugh. That's some pretty good revenge. Gave them a taste of their own medicine, and I'm curious to see if that worked. Maybe they just weren't aware of the lack of privacy or something. Like, maybe they just didn't know that people could hear them pooping. I don't know. This story's called So You're Not in a Hurry? Okay, then I guess you don't need to overtake, right? A bit of context. Right-hand drive country, rightmost lane on the freeway is the fast overtaking lane, and you're to give way to faster vehicles regardless of how fast they're going, even if you're at the speed limit. Basically, you have no right to police anyone's speed as a civilian. Ayo, unfortunately, half the drivers here will happily hog the right lane even with the road ahead clear, and justify it as being within the speed limit, totally ignoring the rule about giving way. It's almost a daily occurrence, and frankly, it's frustrating because these guys just like to be on the fast lane without actually being fast, so they choke up everyone else behind. It's not uncommon to see a whole line of drivers picking up when that one hogger ahead finally changes lane. Not because he realized how selfish he was, but simply because it was time for him to exit. So anyway, there I was driving home today when I see this driver doing exactly that. In fact, he was easily 10 below the limit. No one ahead for a long way. Some traffic on the left 2 lanes, so it wasn't exactly an empty freeway either. I wait for an opening on the left, drop 2 gears and overtake him. Then I ease off the throttle and cruise even slower than he was doing. Road hogger gets annoyed after a while and switches to the middle to overtake, but I'm prepared for that, having scouted the road in front. A little ahead of me are slow vehicles in the middle and left lane, a small truck in the middle lane, and 2 bikes on the left going parallel to each other, all doing 20 to 30 below the limit, side by side. Perfect. I drop 2 gears and make sure to keep pace with the road hogger, modulating my throttle input until I'm about rolling up alongside the small truck, and then I let off the gas and pace the 2 slow vehicles in a very lazy 5th gear. Road hogger has absolutely nowhere to go on the 3-lane carriageway, and we continue chilling way below the limit until it's time for me to get off the freeway. Drop to 4th, overtake, undertake actually, and I'm on my way home. Petty as fudge! Maybe. Do it again? Absolutely. P.S. I did check occasionally to make sure I wasn't holding up any innocent driver. Just this one guy. Wow, I didn't expect the attention. Thought it would just be a quiet post. Thank you all for the comments and the post awards. Guess road hogging is a common annoyance for many. May your hoggers learn their lesson soon. Yes, you dummy road hogs. I don't understand the logic. I'm pretty sure it's way safer to just let someone overtake you than to do stuff like that. Like, it literally benefits you in no way to do stuff to like hog the road like that. Oh my god. This story's called Neighbor Tells Me No Smoking in the Toilet. So I moved places a few months ago. I live on the top floor of a 5-story building, and the subject of my revenge lives on the first floor, directly below me. I rent the place, and according to the contract, I cannot smoke in the house, not even on the balcony. I'm fine with it, so I drag my ass down to the street and smoke there. No biggie. It all started on my 3rd day in my new little home. I went down to smoke, and while enjoying my precious cancer stick, this old lady, bimbo-y neighbor, on the first floor's balcony emerged.
Excuse me, but I would like you to stop smoking in the toilet.
Why would I do that?
I don't know, but every night we wake up from cigarette smoke, and we would appreciate it if you would stop it.
I never smoke in the house, much less in the toilet. That's why I'm smoking right here.
I hope so. I never want it to happen again.
Sure. And for a few days, I thought nothing of it. She's probably retired, bored, or whatever. I never smoked in the house, never will. I tried being as nice as possible, not wanting to have fights with my neighbors on the first day. I even thought she might have smelled it because I was smoking in the door of the building and her window was above it. So I even crossed the street so it wouldn't be a problem later. And with it, I thought it's over. But approximately a week later, she caught me while smoking. I won't write the conversation out. Pretty much, she told me again to stop smoking in the toilet. I tried to reason with her, saying, why would I come down and climb those monstrous stairs if I just smoke in the house? And even if I smoked in the house, why would I do it in the toilet? Why not the balcony? And I also questioned, how could the smoke go all the way down to the first floor? I'm not 100% sure, but I believe ventilation is made so air goes towards the top of the building. In the end, we both were pretty upset, and she said she'll come knocking every time she smelled it. I was like, yeah, sure. Then a week later, she did come knocking at 2 a.m. when I was sleeping. I was pissed, sent her to hell, then shut the door. The very next day, she did it again, around the same time, and this continued for a few weeks, but not every day. So we come to the revenge part. Sorry the exposition took so long. My friend suggested a very good thing. What if I knock on her door every time I go smoking, just to ensure her that I don't smoke in the toilet? And I did exactly that. For 3 days straight, every single time I had the urge to smoke, which meant something like 5 to 6 cancer sticks, outside work hours of course. I smoke much more at work. I can tell you, she was pissed. She shouted, threatened me, but all I did was make sure there is no misunderstanding from either part. But well, all fun had to stop, and it stopped when she called the police on me. They were really understanding, but obviously not approving of my actions. But now there is no knocking on my door at any time. Edit grammatical errors, mainly the balcony thing. I knew something was strange about this word. It's spelled wrong in edit. And thank you all very much. And no, I don't know where the smoke could come from. From all I know, there are 2 people beside me who smoke on the street, where I do it as well. So that is the question of the century. What if no one's smoking and she's just like, I don't know, schizophrenic something? Can schizophrenic people smell things that aren't really, present? Or is that another thing altogether? Alright, this story's called Chemical Warfare Used to Teach Coworker Manners. Hashtag Petty Revenge. Or Octothorpe Petty Revenge. Never know which one. A few years ago, I used to work as active duty in the US Air Force in the Security Forces Squadron. Basically, military police. A typical workday would have me spend 12 hours checking IDs at the front gate, patrolling the base, or being put in a non-moving post in the middle of nowhere in which you would spend most of the time contemplating your life choices. The last one is where our story takes place. At the time, we were combining two different work groups, night and day shift, to build up our manpower for the week because we were expecting some important people to fly into our base. Also, all this was happening in the middle of January, so the average temperature outside was around too frickin' cold. I was tasked with being posted on the flight line in a truck with two other airmen. One of the guys I was partnering up with, we'll call him Nate, was from my group, so I already knew him. The other guy, we'll call him Jimmy, was from the other group. I didn't know much about the guy, so I asked around about him. The best way to describe him in one word would be Cornhusker. Jimmy was what you would call a good old Midwestern boy. A good guy, honestly, and a decent coworker. However, he had this one particular quirk that could quickly get on your nerves. Jimmy was well known for farting and never apologizing for it. I would have understood if he had some kind of medical stomach issue or digestion problems, but nope. Jimmy was healthy as a horse and just loved ripping ass at his fullest potential. Oh, and his justification for never apologizing for it was also priceless. Jimmy was well known for saying, "What? Farting is as natural as breathing. You want me to apologize for breathing too?" Every time. Hearing this kind of rubbed me the wrong way, and so was Nate. So I decided to prepare in case he tried to pull this stunt with us. I told Nate what I had planned, and his reaction said it all. "Dear God, I hope it won't have to come to this. It'll hurt me more than it will hurt him." On the first day of us working together, it didn't take long before crap started to go down. Nate and Jimmy were sitting up front in the truck, and I was sitting in the backseat. After about 2 hours of just us talking and trying to stay warm, Jimmy did exactly what we were warned he would do. Jimmy not only let out a fart that made me question if he was medically clear to serve our country, he didn't apologize or even roll down his window. This, of course, led us to reacting appropriately. Nate, while rolling down his window, "Dude, what the hell? Are you dying?" Me, while trying to cover my face because I can't roll down my window,
Bro, you can apologize, or at the very least commit seppuku for this dishonor.
And of course, Jimmy gave his trademark excuse. "What? Farting is as natural as breathing. You want me to apologize for breathing too? Dishonor on you, your family, and your cow." This ticked me off, and so I decided to immediately take action and initiated Plan F. Without Jimmy seeing, I took out a box of pure high-fiber breakfast protein bars from my gear bag that I got from the commissary right before work. I don't remember how many there were in the box, 6 or 8. I just know that I ate them all in like 20 minutes. 1 hour later, I began to feel the inner demons working their way through my intestines. So I started a conversation with Nate to give him the code word to let him know that things were about to get bad. "Yo, dude, any plans this break?" "No, not really. You?" "I was thinking about rewatching the last Airbender movie." Once Nate heard our code word Airbender and the fact that I mentioned that movie, he knew it was time to leave. Nate then excused himself to go read some important government emails, YouTube, in the building we were closest to, and that he would be gone for a bit. Side note, our post had a specific rule we had to follow. There had to be 2 people at the truck at all times. One person can leave for however long to go to the bathroom, smoke, get food, or whatever. But until that person comes back, nobody else can leave. Now back to the story. At this point, Nate had been gone for about 5 minutes. Jimmy was chilling in the front seat, and I was in the back getting ready to exercise the horror that raged inside me. I gave myself my last rites, and 1 minute later, it happened. I let out the most aggressive and physically demanding fart you could ever expect a 160-pound Filipino to be able to do. Jimmy's initial reaction was surprisingly positive. "Damn, boy, where I'm from, we call that a tree bender. Ha!" But then, 3 seconds later, the smell hit. Jimmy began to gag and frantically started to roll down his window and stick his head out the truck. "Good Lord, what died and decided to haunt your ass?" I just laughed a little and started to text Nate everything that was happening. After about another minute, the smell began to dissipate and Jimmy brings his head back in from the freezing cold. Once Jimmy was done rolling up this window, I once again let loose another and even bigger trigger fart. Pretty sure I made the truck vibrate. And once again, the smell forced Jimmy's head out the truck.
Okay, seriously, what the hell?
At that moment, I just decided to just sit back and let karma take the wheel and gave back to him his infamous catchphrase. What? Farting is as natural as breathing. You want me to apologize for breathing too? This started a vicious cycle that lasted over half an hour. Every time the smell would begin to die down and Jimmy thought it was safe enough to stop sticking his head out the window, my butt would just lie and roar again and reclaim the land. It got to the point that Jimmy just had enough and decided to just get out the truck. While stepping out of the truck,
Nope, that's it. I can't handle it. My eyes are burning. You're messed up because this isn't natural.
me in a stereotypical Boston accent, "Hey, you mind? I'm breathing back here. 100% au natural." Jimmy got out, and because of the rule we had to follow, he couldn't leave the area or go inside the closest building with Nate. All Jimmy could do was stand outside the truck in the cold until my lower intestines decided it was done, which was about another 2.5 hours. And don't worry, we all had some decent cold weather gear. When it was all said and done, we all worked the rest of the night and week without any more incidences. I don't know if he went back to his old ways when he went back to night shift. I just know he didn't pull any more stunts like that with us. Because of that, I like to think he learned his lesson. I hope you all enjoyed reading this, and if you know what exact laws I broke in the Geneva Convention, please let me know, because I'm pretty sure I violated a few of them. Thank you, and I'll end this by simply saying, respect is a two-way street. Yeah, and I'm pretty sure you cleared the both of them. wait, no, the both ways of the street. You get what I'm saying? Because you farted nasty. And, Agent Orange is outlawed, but Agent Brown, well, apparently that's here to stay. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that bell to never miss an episode.